Hey everybody, welcome back. So, on today's episode of Outdoors with me, Andy. Nah, I'm just playing. See all that wood back there? We got the county line out here, and we got the Ford 4000. I told the wife I have about an hour to split, and we're gonna start putting up the tree and all that. Nothing like waiting till the last minute, right? So last night, today's Sunday by the way, so Saturday night, the wife and I went over to Hicksville. I'm sorry, I got a little story I have to tell you. We went over to Hicksville, Ohio. They actually have a drive-through of Christmas lights, and it's actually really cool. They have it's a tractor drawn hayride, wagon ride, I don't know what you want to call it. It was a wagon with bus seats on it and a little canopy type deal. So anyways, after we got done out there, her and I went out to eat, and I made the comment, man, I really wish I could get my Easton made. I'm not telling you what model, but I will let you know I do have an Easton made ordered. Late summer I had it ordered. But anyways, I made the comment to the wife, man, I needed that log splitter like 3 weeks ago. Because if you remember a couple videos ago, I am completely sold out of wood. Completely. I've got green wood that's drying. And that's all of it right there. That's all I've got. I'll flip you around and show you. There's one full cord. It's actually a little more, because that's 9 foot long and 4 foot tall. But that and this, and I've got hickory over there. Now I do have all this locust and gum, and I've got some oak over there, green ash, and miscellaneous wood. But anyways, I'll say it again, I made the comment, I really need that Easton made. But you know what? And I told her I'm kind of kicking myself, because I was like, you know when the last time was I ran that county line? Nope. Probably 3 weeks ago. It is hard. It is extremely hard to justify giving up a $1,000 splitter for a $10,000 splitter. That is hard. Cheapest splitter that Easton Made actually makes is Ultra. No log lift, no auto cycle, no hydraulic 4-way, nothing like that. It's a plain Jane residential log splitter. You guys have all seen JPF. You guys have all seen Chris up in the wood yard. They both run Ultras, and they are awesome splitters. And before I even started my channel, if you watch JPF, you actually seen one of his videos where I actually got to demo that Ultra. It's a really good log splitter, but you need to be able to, when you're out looking for a log splitter, you have to be able to justify that kind of money. Are you gonna make that money in return? Do you have that money sitting in the bank, burning a hole in the bottom of that bank account? I guarantee you 85% of us do not have that kind of money sitting in the bank account. I don't. Here's how I justified buying that log splitter. This year I've probably sold, I'm gonna say between 25 and 30 cord. That's nothing. That county line sitting right there can split that 25-30 cord easy. That's what I sold. That's not what I'm burning in my house. That's not what I'm taking to the campgrounds. Altogether, I'm probably doing 50 cord on top of working 60 to 70 hours a week driving across the United States. So that's how I am able to justify spending that kind of money. You gotta figure out what your needs are, what your time frame is. And I don't have much time here at the house. See all those pallets? See all that wood? It needs split. And with me always being at work, I don't have that kind of time. So will that county line split, just say 60 cord of wood? Yes, it will do it 100%. But if I get the Wi-Fi here, just like I can with that county line, get her on that Easton made, with that county line sitting right there, if I have all the wood stacked right next to it and I'm throwing in the dump trailer and my back is doing really good, I can do a cord of wood in, say, an hour, hour and a half on this county line. With that Easton made, I am going to be able to do a cord of wood. I'm not telling you what model I'm getting. I'm using the Ultra as an example, but that's not what I'm getting. Chris up in the wood yard can do a cord of wood and every 45 minutes to an hour. So right there, 45 minutes, I'm taking the county line and doing a cord every, I'll be gracious, every hour and a half. So that is 2 cords of wood that I can split off of that Easton made versus that county line. A lot of people run that county line. It's an awesome log splitter. Actually, you know what? I've got it out. I've actually got it for sale. I got a guy come in here about an hour, hour and a half to pick it up. I'm going to show you what I started with. I'm going to show you what I started with and what I bumped up to. I'll be right back. Alright. This is a newer model. I started splitting wood with an axe. An axe! To heat. I'm going to flip you around here. A 3,000 square foot old farmhouse that is not insulated. That's what I started splitting wood with. And when it was allowed, I would go to Sunbelt Rentals and rent their log splitter. The one time I did that, I was bringing it down. If you guys know Fort Wayne at all, I was bringing it down a major highway. Not highway, but it's called Coliseum Boulevard. Right by one of our major colleges, Ivy Tech, here in town, IPFW, whatnot. Anybody knows IPFW across the US. It's one of our most famous colleges ever. But the one time I did that, a older lady wasn't paying attention and we actually got into a 4 or 5 car pileup over that. So needless to say, because I did hauling for Sunbelt, they hooked me up. They were awesome about it. It was an easy fix. But I'm gonna flip you around here and show you what I started. Second tool I started with. Yep. I bought this for $300 off of Craigslist. The engine hoist, the electric winch, that was not on here. I installed all that. This motor, the previous owner messed up the choke cable, and you actually, that little flap right there, you had to lift that up, spray it with starter fluid, and then try to start it. And it actually ran really good. But if you look at what I did, look how bent that ram is. The previous owner actually took a 3-point log splitter, put a Jeep axle under it, built a metal frame for it, put a motor, a pump, and ran hydraulic lines. Look at where that hitch is. If you have a tractor or four-wheeler or something like that hooked up, every time you send a piece of wood out there, guess what it's going to hit when it gets right there? Whatever your tow vehicle is. There's one jack stand right there that actually broke on me. This actually has a lot of potential to be a really good log splitter, and I never got time for it. I don't have time for it now. So when I would use that crane on like 3-4 foot rounds, it actually worked out really well. I would put jack stands underneath those rear springs so it didn't collapse all the way, and once again it did really well. I'd put my grapple right on the end of that winch cable, picked it up, set it down, and it was done. So I went from that, I went from an axe to that county line. You gotta figure out what your budget is. You have to figure out what your time frame is. What kind of wood are you splitting? Are you splitting log truck loads? Are you cutting up tree service wood? Are you doing side jobs, cutting down trees? A lot of the pieces I have, I'll show you when I get up here. I'll flip you around. That top piece right there is 3.5, 4 foot around. Look at that bottom. That's what I'm splitting. Those are all trees I cut down on my own. Those are all side jobs. So with me doing wood like that, I went with the log lift, because what I would do before is on this loader, I would run a chain around there up over the bucket. And actually, if you look close enough, see where the chain got hooked up and bent in that lip. But I would run it across the top or down the front onto my little log tongs. I would pick them up and set them down on that. That wasn't the easiest deal. So when you're considering safety and stuff like that, I went with the log lift. So now that I only doubling my production, I'm going with a safer method by getting a log lift. I'm still keeping that 101 to pull around my new splitter. But it's like I've always told everybody, use what you got. And when I ran out of wood this year, I actually just got done turning down a 4-cord order to a previous customer from last winter. He can't find wood right now. He cannot find wood. He asked if I knew of anybody. And I said, you know what? I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it not to help you out. I'm doing it because everybody is selling green wood. Nah, I don't want that coming back on me. So what I've advised that customer to do is pre-order, figure out how many cords of wood he burns a year, which if I go on my paperwork, I can tell you how many he burned last year. And if I remember right, it was 6 or 7 cords he burned last year. And that was just to supplement his heat. So he said that's going to be a really good option for next year. But I'm not going to run out again. If I can double my production by getting a new splitter, you can bet your butt I'm going to do it. So I got this out here, the 4000 in the county line. This is not the video I was planning on doing, but I think it's a video that needed to be said, because a lot of people are getting all excited about commercial splitters. Oh, I gotta have one, I gotta have one, I gotta have one. What are your reasons for it? Do you have the money in the account for it? Do you have the production for it? Do you have the wood for it? Do you have the storage space for it? Look at your splitter options. Look at the accessories they come with and go from there. Make a judgment call wisely, I guess I want to say. Sorry. So anyways, video after that, you're gonna see me splitting some of this wood back here. So as for now, guys, be safe, be kind, have a wonderful week with your families, and help somebody out this week. I believe I'm gonna have this next video up before Christmas, but if I don't, which I doubt will happen, because I like uploading videos, I like keeping you guys entertained. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I hope you guys all, you guys hear that rain back there? Have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays if you're out of this US, and I'll see you guys at the next one. Thanks for watching.